What is up, Entree fam? Welcome to the Friday Live Day. Welcome to the Friday Live Chat. So pumped that you are here. I see that we have Mr. Melvin Menendez in his house. Good to see you. Hope that your day is fantastic. Well, today, guys, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why, continuing in our 3 reasons why series and tagging into the live streaming series that we're just starting. You would have seen that video drop last Sunday, according to today's date of March 29th-ish or something like that. And then you would have seen where I showed you my live streaming setup, the equipment that I've been using and everything like that. And I wanted to start that off with what I'm using, since that's a question that I typically get, especially with me using the Canon M50, my trusty camera, to live stream. This is my second one. I'm shooting on one right now. I get more questions about how I'm doing this, what am I using, and all of those different tools. So made sure that that was the first video to go ahead and knock that out, just to make sure that we got everything covered. But as far as today, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why you should actually start live streaming. I know that is a concern, especially since this channel is built around helping home-based business entrepreneurs get your business more visible through video marketing and, just online video in general. And so with that being said, I know one of the major shifts that's going to be happening moving forward from now up until at least the next 3 years, then we're definitely going to be seeing a whole lot take place when it comes to online streaming and video. And so it's more than just getting comfortable with the editing and the uploading of video, because when you're doing a live video, it is live to drive. And so you don't have time to edit. If you make a mistake, then you don't have it together. Then whatever happens, and you have to be pumped and ready to go. And so whether you're trying to build a brand for your business, if you're making something, or if you are, an entrepreneur, like I am, maybe you got a small business consulting firm or whatever it is, that's what I do. I do small business consulting, and then I have my YouTube content and all that good stuff. But if you are going to be enjoying yourself, you love what you see already, make sure you hit that thumbs up anywhere in the stream. That like button is open. And so make sure you check that out. So let's jump into today's content. All right, so we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why you actually need to start live streaming. Now, if you've been around the channel for any amount of time, then you know that I've been, bumping up my live stream quality here and there, doing my thing back and forth with this Ecamm Live, showed a little bit of StreamYard, still trying to get my audio sync stuff together. And so I'm getting some help with that, because I don't know everything. So getting some help with that. But as far as just with a webcam or whatever you got on your laptop, and a USB microphone or something like that, it works great. So, if you just need a simple setup, that's something I definitely recommend. But, if you've been around the channel for any amount of time, then you've seen me upgrade my content, my quality, always testing and trying new things out. I'm never too afraid to be embarrassed to try something, or if something flops or whatever. And so tonight I want to talk about 3 reasons why you should get started in live streaming. And it's not just because I'm saying so, or you see a lot of people doing it. But if you're really, truly, considering building your business, your brand, just your online presence in general, whether you have some actual product or something, or it's just you as the face of the company, you want to make sure that you are there. So let's jump into it. So first thing is first, let's jump into a few stats here. So when we look at, this is a statistic that I got from, it was company called Livestream, and they partnered, they're posted it on Vimeo's blog, and so I'll link that down below after today's stream. But they were saying, and going through a statistic, so this was pulled from an infographic, saying 80% of people, and they did a survey on 1,000 people, they saying 80% of those people were saying that they would rather watch a live video from a brand than actually read a blog. And so that's different than what we have been used to seeing, because most people were reading blogs back in the day. That was the thing to do. And now they're saying they don't want to necessarily read the blog. They want to watch the live video. 82% of those people saying they prefer live video from a brand versus just your social media posts. And I think that's super important, because when you talk about just the fact that, everybody's talking about Facebook ads. Let's get that out the way. Everybody's talking about Facebook ads and all the stuff you should do and whatever else. And I get that, and they are important. But they're just saying, when they surveyed over 1,000 people or 1,000 people, those people were saying, like, a good majority of them saying, like, it gets lost in translation. How fast do you probably scroll when you're looking at your phone? My finger motion is something like this here. That's about how fast I'm typically scrolling, because I'm just looking for that something that's going to be interesting for me. And it takes something that's interesting, a story from somebody I know, like, or tend to follow their posts or whatever, that I pay attention to, or maybe slow down to see what they're talking about. But on general, it's like you're so used to being advertised to, you're not really checking it out. But if it's a live video, I know it's happening right then and there, right now. I can interact, just like Melvin is saying, let's get this party started. I could not do that if, I was not really here. If this was just an uploaded video, you can watch and do whatever you want to, but because it's not a way for you to fast forward, you don't know what's coming, then it's just like, if you're interested, you'll check in, and if you get busy, you're like, I'll come back later. But you know that it's happening right now in real time. And Melvin saying, your day is fantastic. Hope yours is too. Yes, sir, it is indeed. And thanks so much. I appreciate you. So let's go back to these statistics, and we're not going to stay on these numbers long, but I just wanted to kind of share this information. And again, I'll link it down below after tonight's stream so you can check that out for yourself. So they're saying 87% of people would rather watch video online if it meant more behind the scenes content. And that's precisely the reason why I live stream me editing a video. First time I ever did anything like that. And I'm like, okay, I've been wanting to do that for a while on the channel. That's something that is available within the Entree Insiders Video Academy that's currently closed right now. We'll be doing a relaunch on that soon. But, it's just like, that's something that's included. But for my community, it's just like, I know I get a lot of questions when it comes to live streaming. So a lot of people are curious about that. So that was something that I decided, I'm going to have to edit this video anyway. Might as well share it live. And so moving on, they said 67% of people say the quality is the most important factor when it comes to live streaming, and 45% of the audience says that they would pay for live video from a favorite team, speaker, or performance. And I know that to be true because I personally fall into that specific category. So I don't know, you can let me know where you stand, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. Again, thanks for being here, but let me know how you feel about those specific numbers that we cover. So let's get into the 3 reasons why you should actually start live streaming, because now we know what the audience is thinking, hear a little bit about what I think or what have you. But when it comes to you and your business and your brand, you actually do have to make that decision. So let's hope that I can sway you with my 3 reasons why. So reason number 1 is practice while no one is watching. And so you do want to get your mistakes out the way first before you have a community, long before you have a community. So I have been live streaming for a little over 2 years now, and they weren't always this fancy with, pulling up the slide and playing the intro and all this extra other stuff. It was nothing like that. Let me show you what my first live stream looked like. That is I on Facebook, the Book of Faces. That's me. So I don't know why I chose that particular screenshot versus something else, but that is me with my background. You can kind of see. I had not too long actually been into my apartment, and I was trying to figure out a nice, simple, something kind of a backdrop for just what I was doing. But you see, I got my file cabinet out, a book that I had just bought from a Facebook ad that I liked. And it's just kind of, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. But that's my first live stream. I just knew I need to get started and get comfortable with live streaming. So that's what I did. And as you can see in the watermark in the top right-hand corner, then it says powered by BeLive.tv. So I wasn't even paying for a software, like I was just using the free stuff. And so I didn't care that it said, powered by BeLive or whatever. It didn't matter. The thing that was important to me was to get my mistakes out the way first. So I've been doing public speaking for a while, whether it's on, conference call, online, or on the phone. I've done those back in the day. And, I've spoken publicly in front of students, in front of children or whatever. So I'm very comfortable with that. But it does not matter how many times I get ready to live stream or whatever it is. Like, I get scared, I get nervous. And I even mentioned that on the previous live stream that I did when I was talking about me just, editing and stuff like that. Cause I'm like, I never shared this before. I never, like, it's not a secret, but, I was like, feel a little weird about this. I don't know. And I was like I wasn't visibly shaking, but just like on the inside, like I could feel the quiver in my throat and in my chest and all of that stuff. Even before tonight's live stream, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I got that last slide in there. So I'm checking and I'm like, okay, throw some more time on the clock. Like, I get a little nervous. So it happens to the best of us. And so, it's just the idea that you want to get your mistakes out the way first. So let's move on to another live stream. Again, another ugly screenshot or whatever, but I kind of, I'm working on it. So the other one was a little bit too underexposed, which means it was like super dark. And so I just was using whatever light out the corner. It just kind of looks a little weird. And then I have this one, still powered by BeLive.tv, going live on Facebook. So I switched it up a little bit. And so I'm trying to work on some stuff. Got a nice little pop filter and all that going on. Finally got the little green sofa behind me. But, the lighting's getting a little bit better, but it's getting there. And so then I move on. I move on to YouTube. And I'm like, okay, I want to switch it up. I know I don't want to really be on Facebook like that anymore. So I decide I'm going to move over. So now I got some better lighting. I've adjusted some stuff. I got my bookshelf in the back. So the scene even behind me is starting to come together. And this is a very clean shot. And it is a Logitech C920 web camera. So it's nothing special about the equipment I was using. I was using the same stuff. It's just like my skill level started to go up a little bit. And so, you can let me know whether you're watching this live or on the replay. Do you feel like your skill is okay? Is it good or is it great when it comes to like live streaming? Or do you even do live streaming? So at this point, I was kind of trying to get a regular thing going, but I would get nervous. I get frustrated. And when you don't see people show up, you get upset. But again, don't feel that way, because you want to make your mistakes while nobody is watching. So if we go back to this last one, you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner, I couldn't get the full 1920 by 1080p for whatever reason for this one, but you see in the bottom left-hand corner, it says 44 views, and I got two likes on that one. So still not, a ton of traffic or anything. I was getting a few, like a handful of views and whatever. And so you put a lot of work into your content and you feel like people should appreciate it. They should be there. They should watch it. Everybody should be experiencing the best. It's the bee's knees, right? People don't care. And so it's like you still have to show up even though nobody else is showing up. But again, it all goes back into that one point, which is practice while no one is watching. And so if you get your mistakes out the way early, you don't have to worry about, now when you get so many more people on your actual live stream that it's like a huge problem. And so let's fast forward to a month ago. So a month ago, I was talking about the Canon RP versus the M50, and just if I thought that would be maybe better for YouTube, not anything, real super heavy. I didn't have to, training content or something like that. But, I'm saying, I just was like, this is something I want to talk about. And so if you look in that bottom left-hand corner, you will see it's 911 views on that video. And it's 21 likes, 3 dislikes, and a lot of engagement happening over in the chat. And so that's just a month ago. I've been live streaming for over 2 years, but I'm just now starting to break over 1,000 on a live stream. But I had some live streams that have done over 1,000 or whatever. I've never had over 1,000 people actually live in the chat right then and there. But people come afterwards. They maybe can't always make that different time or whatever. But the point is to get better. So it took me 2 years to get to that point. It took me 2 years to get to the point now to where, I'm using Ecamm Live. I'm able to bring some stuff up on the screen. Like I got Alex Miner right here in the text on some, hey girl, what's up, Alex Miner? Good to see you. So I can do that kind of stuff now and bring the chat up on the screen, do all kinds of stuff. I'm using my M50, whereas before, like I can actually grab it because it's right here because I keep it still on top of the thing. This is what I'm gonna be using when it comes to guest live streaming and all that. I probably won't do it on the M50 because I just don't have a strong enough computer, but this goes for like what, $40-$50 or something now. you know what I'm saying? It's not, I wasn't using the best of the best. And we go back to one of those old shots. Like this is on the Logitech C920. This is on the Logitech C920. And then this one was on the Logitech C920. So if the video was getting better, it was getting better because of my skill, not because of the camera equipment or nothing like that. So it's just like, it was a month ago that my latest live stream had 911 views, over 20 something likes, and a bunch of engagement in the actual chat from people actually being there. I wasn't getting that on Facebook. I wasn't getting that anywhere else. And so the thing is, it's like, you know, the reason why you should do it, even though nobody's watching, you don't know when your content is going to hit. So you don't want 911 people looking at you like, oh, hold on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? I don't know. Like, you don't want them to see that kind of stuff. So let's jump into point number 2. Number 2 is to build a stronger online community. So see right here, right now, I'm pop this up on the screen. So Bobby World in the chat, what's up? Good to see you. Saying it, and I did not cue him up for this. He's not getting paid for this. He said, I believe the mistakes make you a stronger communicator. Absolutely. And the reason why you can look at something like that, and it's not just about you being a stronger communicator, but you're communicating with your community as well. So you can't hide like the stuff you can Photoshop and edit and make it look pretty on a video, and like it's on that last video that I just edited that came out last Sunday. Like I made a mistake, and I was like on the thing, it's like that. You see all of that, and you hear all of that as I'm editing, but I take a lot of that out. It still sounds normal, but I can piece together the audio and make it whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? And throw some B-roll over it so you can't really tell. But if I make a mistake and I have a brain fog and I just like if I need to take a sip of water, I got my coffee, which I already drank most of it before the stream started. Like that stuff is real time. You know, I had before where my mic went out. That was probably 2 months ago. It was on this microphone. I'm like, Dag, what is going on? And so like stuff happens. And if you don't get those mistakes out the way or get familiar with your equipment and all of that, then you won't know. But then too, becoming a better communicator, like Bobby said, and then two, growing a deeper relationship with your community. People get to know who you really are when you are live. Like that polished look is still like you can be yourself when you are recording a video and like show your personality and all of that. But you know what I'm saying? Like our normal conversations ain't like just 5 or 6 minutes. Like if you're talking to a person, you could literally be talking to them for 20, 30 minutes and it feels like 5 or 6 minutes where everybody's counting the second when you're on video, especially if you're live. So if you are live like we are right now, and then you can, engage with the community or whatever, they can figure out, do you really know your stuff? Can you really answer this question? Or did you go research it and then come with an answer trying to sound brilliant or something like that? And it was, Dag, we got a lot of comments in here. I'm going to hop over to y'all in just a minute. So I promise we're going to get some communication going on between you and I. So, but it was, oh gosh, Robin, Mr. Robin M, who I can never pronounce his last name, and he will not tell me how to pronounce it right. So Robin, if you see this, let me know how to properly pronounce your last name. But he was saying how he was like, he didn't know that I had, hundreds of videos uploaded on my YouTube channel, because he was telling me in December on one of the comments for the videos that I was doing so well, speaking so well and all this and that or whatever. And it's like, yeah, and that's just 200 videos on the channel. I've done over 500 videos that I've produced, shot, edited, recorded, gone live, like over 500 videos. And so you may not see all of them. I do what I call throwaway videos. I have probably my last 20 videos uploaded to the channel are not even visible. They're unlisted videos because they suck. They suck. It's like, and it's just like me. I have my nightcap on, my little do-rag, got a holy t-shirt on. Like you can't, what I'm saying? Like I would show you, but spare me. Okay. Just trust me on this one. I'll probably throw it in the community post, but it's like, I'm testing out, like, okay, I'm testing this microphone, testing that microphone. I just got another microphone to test in. I'm doing let me bring it in front of the camera. I'm not going to show you what the name is. Oh, don't show it. Don't give it away. A little budget-friendly microphone. Got a nice competition going to be going on between this mic, the Samsung Q2U that I'll have come in tomorrow, because I needed a replacement. That one was acting weird. And then that one, which is like a $20 microphone, built exact same way, USB XLR. So I want to see and compare the three. So that video is coming out when it comes to live streaming. So you can test out the quality, But, it's like I'm testing, trying, and all this extra other stuff. It's like you do so many videos. It's just like, yeah, you're going to become a better communicator because all you ever do is talk and communicate and go back and forth. And like I said, people want to know, do you really know your stuff, or how do you feel, or how do you deal with confrontation, or, it's just like, what I'm saying? People want to know, is this the real you, or is this a fake you? And so if you look on Facebook and you go back to the videos like this one right here, where I'm showing like Powered by BeLive, that's free. Underexposed, crazy light over in the corner. I remember that was that Salenza light or something like that. I was being super cheap. Bought whatever was the cheapest one on Amazon, and it had like a green color to it. And then you move forward into, me getting better and learning more about video stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I should, put some things about me in the background, like my books. The little gold statue on the bookshelf is a golf tournament, award that I had got with my family. And so I got, some Bach and some Tony Robbins back there. Like, I got things that matter to me in the background. It's like I'm starting to pay attention to the YouTubers that I'm watching and, marketers and content creators that I care about. And so like, yeah, it's like you get to be the real you on there. So third reason why, let's jump into the last point, you start future proofing your brand. And so it's a book by Sheryl Sandberg, and I think she's like the CFO or something like that at Facebook. I can't never really remember her title, but she's like the CFO or something of Facebook, and she has this book called Lean In, which I really, really like. And she was just saying how, like, you need to lean in for different things, like don't pull back from certain things that you may be afraid of, or if you think specifically, like she was talking about, like if you're a woman and you want a family, you want to have children, like don't pull back from jobs that you want. Like go in and be like, yeah, I'm having a baby in about a year, so I still want this position and I expect to have my job. Like lean into the things that you want. But something that she said that I disagree with is that Coca-Cola is a brand, Nike is a brand, but you're not a brand. And I was like, Sheryl, you're completely wrong with that, because the reason why somebody would hire you is because of your personal branding, what your resume or what you resume and continue to do year after year after year, what it speaks about you as a person, your character and your tenacity and your willingness to learn, your teachability index and where you're at. How teachable are you? How coachable are you? And so those things matter, just like timeliness and all that stuff. It matters when you're on a job, and it definitely matters in a business. So I was like, how can you say that you don't have a personal brand? Because you absolutely do. So whether you're trying to build a brand, like let's say my phone was bluephonecases.com, which I don't know if it's a real thing, so don't go there. But if I'm like, that's my brand, and I'm like, yeah, go to bluephonecases.com because we're talking about whatever, that's my brand. But DianaGladney.com, that's my brand too. And so like when you are saying, and like I'll pull that back up because I really like that specific statistic that they're saying, like, 67 of people, they prefer, actually that's the wrong one, my bad, see, you can make mistakes. So they were saying like 80% of people would rather watch live video from a brand than read a blog. And 82% would prefer live video from a brand to social posts. So I'm like, Sheryl, how can you say, I kind of have a little bit of hood swang, little something, I don't know what that is, but a little swang to my way I speak. So I don't know if it's Cheryl or Sheryl. In true St. Louis fashion, I'm going to say Sheryl. Sheryl, you do have a personal brand. You have a personal brand of Sheryl Sandberg. Even if there's no such thing as a SherylSandberg.com, you still got a brand. And just like you went to go work for the brand of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg has a brand. So each and every one of us, including you, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, you have a brand, and you start to future-proof your brand in all these different ways that we talked about already tonight, simply by going live. You know what I'm saying? Like we can interact via conversation, we can talk and all these different things. I can bring up these different points, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like people got to get to know you. And if they don't know you, they don't like you. And they can't like you if they don't know you. And so, if you want to make more money, That's a benefit that I have seen. My income has drastically increased the more and more that I've come online, because people get to spend more time with me with the more video content that I have, and the more ways that they can see my personality and stuff like that, and what I'm really like. Because if we got on a coaching call, you get the exact same person. You don't have to wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, and try to figure that out from a blog or email or something like that. So let's jump to some of these comments. So Melvin is saying, let me see, I need to make this larger. I don't know why I have to resize all these, so that's a thing for tonight for whatever reasons. Melvin's saying, yeah, I'm a digital marketer, and me being a millennial, I have always preferred video. They can be quick and easy. They also have awesome conversion rates. Absolutely. I can't remember the exact statistic, but there is a statistic out there that was saying how, and you can leave comments, questions that you guys have. I'll be pulling those up in a second. They were saying like whatever statistic that is much faster from people buying your stuff if they actually saw a video versus if they were just reading something. Conversion rate for that statistically is way higher. So Melvin, you definitely hitting the nail on the head there with that one. And you saying, plus the interaction with live stream is so good. Answer the people's question easily. Exactly. So like one of the ones that like really, really made that point that you just made hit home for me. I was in the middle of the Vlogmas series this past December for 2018, and I was like, okay, I need a video. I really don't have time to like edit something or whatever from the day. I'm gonna do a Canon M50 live Q&A. And so I was in the middle of the M50 series. Camera broke, had to send it away. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I'm like, let me do a Q&A. Bunch of people showed up for that stream. It went really, really well, and I could answer everybody's questions right then and there. Alex Miter saying, I want to live stream, but if I'm going to start a regular schedule, but if I'm going to start, I want a regular schedule, and my schedule is total chaos right now. I think sometimes like we put too much emphasis on like quality, like all of this, you know what I'm saying? Not just like the look, but the comments, and I want to be able to put my title up there, and I want this and that. The biggest thing that you need is audio. And as long as you have good audio, you're fine. Phones right now really make it super easy to do anything that we want to do. And I did a couple weeks, it's got to be like 6 weeks or more back. I was testing Streamlabs OBS on the phone, and I actually paired that with the DJI Osmo Pocket to see if I could live stream from the Osmo Pocket by way of connecting it and then screen sharing it that way or whatever. It works. And so, like, I was just testing that, but it didn't look significantly better than what my front-facing camera on my phone could do anyway. And so, like, even if I'm out of town, like, let's say for whatever reason my business makes me travel and I'm speaking out of town and all that, I can still live stream from my phone. And as long as I have good audio, that's really all that matters, I think. And then, like, because your audience understands, if you're at home base, then you can get all this. But if I'm on the go, all that really cares is connecting with you. And as long as the audio is good, because your ears are more sensitive than your eyes, then, you know what I'm saying, I think your audience will be a little bit more forgiving about that. So don't let that hold you back. Anime Magician. Hey, I like that name. It's pretty cool. Nice icon, too. So it says, I got the Canon M50, works great. Congratulations on your new purchase. I hope you truly enjoyed it. If you have any questions about it, let me know. So let's see. I scrolled too fast. Bobby's World is saying dislikes are engagements also. Yeah, what was that? Which video was that? Yeah, that one. No, not that one. Was it this one? Yeah. So I got 3 dislikes on that one. Out of 911 views, 21 likes or whatever. So yeah, dislikes are engagement too, and that's one thing. Like, it's like those vanity metrics, as we call them. How many views, likes, and all that. That stuff really don't have nothing to do with your income and how much you make. And so I think I got like a deposit of 280 or something like that the other day. Complete surprise income because I wasn't paying attention to some other affiliate stuff that I had going on. But, you know, it's just like, so who cares? But as far as YouTube is concerned, yep, engagement is also those thumbs down, sir. They may not like the audio, may not like something that you did or you said or got wrong or whatever. But this engagement too, so it's still a positive. He's saying awesome live, Crest Crystal live. Oh, no, that's not live, but Crest Crystal. Welcome to the stream. Never seen you before. So glad that you are here. But he said, awesome live. Thanks so much. I appreciate you being here. Mathematica Humanista. What's going on, Carlos? Good to see you. So I've been with you for a while. You have been with me since the beginning. I'm happy, proud, and honored to be a part of your community and to have you on mine. My best wishes for you. Thanks so much, Carlos. That means so much. And if you guys are not following Carlos, he does an awesome Facebook live stream that he does on his channel. So I can't speak the language, so I can't necessarily hang out for a long time. But you can speak Portuguese or decipher it, then you get to go. But I still drop in to say what is up. And so Anime Magician, I had a little experience with After Effects before I made YouTube videos, so that was a good boost. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. I had no experience with nothing. So when I got started with YouTube, so yeah. He said, how to build credit TV. Well, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Glad that you are here. Saying hello to everybody and said, wow, we're 500 videos. Yeah. And like that's just across the different platforms from Facebook and YouTube. And I'll upload and sometimes do stuff specifically for Instagram and all of that. But it's like you're working when nobody is looking. And by the time people show up, you brand new to them. So like they don't care. So, Carlos is saying, I have been a teacher for like 30 years. I'm used to making speeches, but being live on Facebook and YouTube is a whole other thing. And that's the only thing is that just realizing that, like even though you're online, like there's nobody else physically in this room, but I'm engaging with, I don't know how many people, because I don't know how many people are actually live, you know what I'm saying, like watching right now in real time. But even still, like those engagement points are what really matters. It's the thing that really matters. And like I look into the lens, like I'm talking directly to you because I am. And so it's just like, even though there's not that physical connection, as long as you realize there's a person on the other side of that camera or watching on the other side of that screen, or even like I got a comment that could be perceived negatively this week. And this guy was upset because on the video that I did about the live streaming via USB method that I use with the Mac and all that, it's specifically talking about Ecamm. It's specifically on the Mac. And there isn't a PC version that I have shared on the channel. And I just shared a community post today that I'm not actually going to do one because I don't really like any of the processes out there. But I still gave some tips. But he was saying he's like, oh, and you can kind of tell like it's in an attitude kind of way. And it's just like, oh, great. You should say that it's Mac only and it's no PC version and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, you're right. I don't think I mentioned that in the video, but it should be on the title or something like that. So I was like, cool. I was like, thanks. I didn't really trip off of that. I'm not worried that he's frustrated in that moment of saying that. But the fact that, he's making a good point. It's a valid point. I didn't say in the title it's Mac only because that would be helpful to say, like, if you want to scroll past it or maybe just see like, oh, I may could grab my daughter's MacBook or something like that and see if that works. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you should know off the top. So I was like, okay, yeah, I threw it on there right then and there. Dash Mac only. And then he saw, because he came back after you get that notification that you've been replied to. So that's also other points of engagement. And like if he's watching right now, hello. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? That builds deeper level communication and it shows people you're a real person. And I respect and honor that there's a real person on the other side. So if that was something that was frustrating, it's a valid point. I can take it. You know what I'm saying? And then 7 comments later on the channel, we're talking. He's asking for questions. Well, I had a question about this and da-da-da-da-da. Now that turns into more engagement, better communication with somebody that probably could have been considered a troll if you were, easily offended. But now you turn into somebody that very well has the potential to be a loyal community member and somebody that could buy through your affiliate link or something like that. And so you turn that negative into value. But it's just like you start putting yourself out there more. And that's really what live streaming is all about. You putting yourself out there more, engaging with people and all of that stuff. You're connecting on a way different level. So it's like you get a little bit tougher skin. It's like, yeah, you get initially kind of going to be scared or whatever. But, it is what it is. So Anime Magician, and we're going to wrap this up in just a second. So final comments coming up in a second. So Anime Magician is saying, is it a good idea to practice by looking in a mirror? No. Now, I'm not going to say no, because it's like, I have done it before. I'll put it that way. Not because I was doing videos, but because I was going to be doing talks in general. So you can, but at the same time, I think it's good to actually put yourself out there. Like I said, I make throwaway videos, but in the same consistency that I make what I call throwaway videos, which is videos that nobody will ever see, I also upload videos that I'm not so sure about. I also upload videos where I've made mistakes. I also, go live when, again, nobody's watching, or it's not a good topic, or it turns out to be not a good topic, but I'm trying it out, So there is something to be said about maybe looking in a mirror, maybe standing in front of the family and stuff like that. But when you're talking, especially like, again, nobody in the room, looking at an inanimate object to connect with actual real people, there's something to be said about keeping a cohesive thought and just having a streamlined communication when nobody's around. If you're looking into the eyes of your family member, your mom, your dad, sister, cousin, whomever, then yeah, it's easy to look somebody in the eyes and you're comfortable with that and you can work the room and all this and that, whatever. But when it's just you and you got to look into the lens of the camera, you have to have that same level of connection, even though there isn't anyone, and still be able to think through your thoughts and respond the way that you want to, so that even on there's a higher replay value when somebody's looking. If you're, like a lot of people will, like, this is the lens of the camera, so that's your eyes, right? But if I always look down here because I'm looking at the screen, it's a disconnect. You don't know that when you're looking in the mirror. And so if you don't practice the way you're going to actually do it, and the easiest way is just to do it, then you'll find yourself, your whole video, you looking down like this because you're looking at the screen versus looking at the people. I did an interview with my old business coach on Facebook. And even though he was down on the computer screen and he's probably looking right at me, because I think he was using like the web camera like right in front of him, so it's looking the same, my tripod is up here. And so I'm listening to him in my headphones, and then I'm looking at the lens. To him, I'm looking in his eyes, and to the community, I'm looking at their eyes, but I can't actually see them. Otherwise, the video would just be like that. And so it's like those little things that you don't see or you really don't get when you are just looking in the mirror or just talking to people in general. Like, you got to get used to the stuff that you're using. And so that's just kind of how that works. And so, Bobby World, you're saying, I think, oops, let me try to maximize that. Dang, I did too much. So I think lots of viewers listen with headphones. Yes. And more importantly, they read. And so I'm like, that's something that this year I want to get better at, is closed caption. Because it was another statistic out there, and I don't remember the number, but it was significantly higher. It's like 70% or more people actually read the text on the screen, whether they're in a public place or not. They'll read the closed caption across the screen or whatever the text is on the screen, because they're not always in a place that they can put headphones and stuff like that. And so if somebody's looking at your 1 minute video clip of like tonight's live stream, for example, they are able to read it and still get the same points, still get the same information and all of that. Case in point, I'm probably going to take the little clip that I did, because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, them points I made about Sheryl Sandberg wasn't intentional, but it's good. So I'm probably going to pull that out. You'll see that on Instagram. You see that on Facebook or whatever. And I'm going to put those text right there on the screen. And so even though a lot of people do listen, and like if I pop this, microphone right now, it'll hurt your ears if you got headphones in. So like I said, your ears are more sensitive than your eyes. This motion don't do nothing to you. But as soon as it comes through, and you're like, oh. And so it's like you got to take those kind of things into account as well. And so hold up. Now we family, right? We family, y'all. Entree fam. What is this comment, Melvin? What is this? PC for life? Are you serious right now? PC for life, Melvin? Melvin, let me get you off the screen, Melvin. You don't get to be up there no more. You're in timeout, okay? Go sit in timeout. No, I'm just kidding. And so we got Michael Simmons just joining us to the stream. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. And then I got a question here, and then we're going to hop off because I have to go. So Anime Magician, saying, is it a good idea to use a used USB capture card that you use? I think so. I don't think that there's anything that you can really do to like a USB capture card, like where is it at? This Elgato Camlink. I've been thinking about selling this for a while, but it's really I need to keep it. But it's like if I'm not using something for a while, I want to get rid of it. So if I sold this on Amazon, it's fine. It's been sitting on the desk, but it is used, and I've had it for over a year. So would you buy it from me? Yeah, but you don't know me per se. But the worst that I could do is maybe drop it. It's in no more danger than a USB thumb drive. And so these, it's like, it's unless you hear something rattling or whatever, then you're fine. I buy a lot of used stuff anyway, but it's like if it's something that has a lot of moving parts to it, it could potentially be broken, or you check, make sure nothing's wiggling a whole bunch. And as long as it's it's cool, then you'll probably get your money's worth. If you wanted to buy it used, especially like this is the 1080p version, and now they have the 4K version out there. So it's just a matter of preference. If you want brand new or if you want used, I buy used all the time. So anything that I'm probably looking to get is more than likely going to be used. So I don't think anything's wrong with it. Just check it really well. Run that thing constantly. Let it run. Even if you're watching cartoons or whatever, let it run. And I had a thought because I said cartoons. Your name is anime. I'm thinking about the show Inuyasha because that's my favorite anime show. So, and some other ones. So I'm getting sidetracked. But, just let it run and test it really good. And as long as it works, then you're good to go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought we was family, y'all. Entree fam. What's this, Alex? What's this comment? Hashtag Team PC. Team PC? Alex, you ain't coming back on the channel no more. I tell you that right now. Hold up. James. You too? Mutiny. PC all day? Oh, no. No, PC's great. Yeah, we finna end tonight's stream. Y'all are tripping in the chat. Oh, my God. Where my Mac folks at? They ain't even here tonight. But, oh, my goodness. He said, James saying, what's up, Diana? Just here to say hi. Well, thanks for hopping in. I appreciate you being here, James. Appreciate you being here. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it good because I feel most offended, but I can't hate because, I still have a PC, but it's just like the things that I want to do and all that. Mac does it really well for me. So hold up. You said Inuyasha, the Toonami days. Hey, I'm going to get off because that could lead to a whole 2-hour stream on its own because I love anime shows. So thank you, DJ Jane Juke. We're going to make this the biggest comment that you've ever seen before in your life. See, this is love. Tina Turner asked, what's love got to do with it? It's got a lot to do with it, Tina. This is love right here, okay? This is love right here. We got Mike. See, Michael sent Mac for life. That's what thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Vote Mac in 2019. All right, y'all, we finna get out of here because I'm not finna play with y'all. Y'all a mess. All right, guys, if you love what you seen, you love what you saw, love what you heard, make sure you hit that thumbs up like button. There's a video that's going to be over yonder. If you want to check that out, whatever I put up there, check it out. It's probably something good. But as always, guys, live with passion. I'll see you on the next video.